Hi! Thank you so much for joining me for your Written in the Stars January 2017 Taroscope. If we haven't met before, my name is Madeline and I'm really glad that you decided to join me. And if you're back, hello again and thank you. I will be doing your January Taroscope spread to tell you all about what's coming up for you this month, followed by a second spread called my Fiercely Focused spread, where I will give you pretty much an overarching theme for your month and some really specific action steps you can take to really capitalize on the momentum of the beginning of your year and really kind of avoid any pitfalls and just really make the best of what's coming to you, because that is what tarot is all about. I hope that you will find and follow me on social media if you're into that. I've linked all of my accounts below: Instagram, Facebook, all the things. And if you like this video, I hope that you will like it and subscribe, because I would love to hear more from you. And please let me know what you think in the comments, because I would love, love, love to know what resonated, what rang bells, what really didn't ring bells. Totally into it. Totally love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a very happy new year. This used to light up and be way dorkier, and that would have been more fun for you. But you know, either way, I get to fedora bomb you for January. But I'm glad that you decided to join me, and I hope that you will really enjoy your Taroscope and find it very empowering and insightful for you in January. And without further ado, on to your January Taroscope. Hi, Gemini. Thanks again for joining me. Glad to have you here and very excited to see what's up for you. In the first month of the year, Happy New Year. I hope your holiday was awesome, but I hope that your whole month is even better. Let's see what's going on for you in January 2017. Haha. Being asked to shed some bad habits, do some leveling up, Gemini. Tis the season, right? 'Tis the season of the gym membership. 'Tis the season to give up drinking. That's hilarious. Woof! Alright, Gemini, January 2017. January 2017. Gemini. Gemini, January 2017. Gemini, January. One more, January. 2017. Ah, I like that. Okay. So, Gemini, if you have not been with me before, I read intuitively, so you're going to see me turn these cards over. So I read intuitively, and I do not read reversed, quote-unquote, upside down cards as arbitrarily negative or muted in their energy. I hear what Spirit has to say about the card, so I'm really only turning them over so that you can clearly see the figures that are on them and get, you know, the symbolism that your intuition and your spiritual guides are speaking directly to you. And that's because these are general readings, Gemini, so these are for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so some of these messages will resonate with you very clearly, and others will not, and those are for other Geminis, so please bear with me in that, and please enjoy your reading. Okay, so as I alluded to first, you definitely you're facing sort of the consequences of bad habits in January, and I don't want you to hear that as a bad thing. That's actually a really good thing. That's like you're accepting some responsibility and you're recognizing some patterns in your life that are negative and that are not working for you, and you're very much like at a turning point. The Lovers here is about like, I want a life that fills me with passion and excitement. And if I want this life, I'm going to have to be willing to make some changes. I'm going to have to be willing to part with some bad habits if I'm going to move forward and if I'm going to really love this. And really like, okay, so let me, preface this by saying that tarot is not fatalistic, Gemini. You and your free will, that is the ultimate decider of how your life goes. But tarot is like a trajectory, like a weather forecast of your past decisions and motivations. Like this is how it will continue to go unless you decide to make a change, quote unquote. it looks like you've decided to make a change and that it's going somewhere really exceptionally good, like world travel good, like world published worldwide good. This is the World card. This is like bigger, better than you expected. This is like culmination. This is excitement. This is like rising to the top and learning everything there is to learn. And that fills you with excitement because you're the sign of information, the sign of learning, the sign of like wanting to eat up and research and just know everything. And there is that opportunity out there for you, something bigger, wider, that you really crave. And it's there for you, Gemini, but you're going to have to break from those habits, break from them, because there is something so much bigger out there for you. And I say break with so much fire, because you're the only one boxing yourself in, Gemini. Nothing can stop you. It's only you that is stopping yourself. And Spirit just wants you to know that. And that's not spoken with judgment. That's not like, you know, gosh, why aren't you living up to your potential? Your, you know, 4th grade teacher. This is like, this is your key. This is your like moment and your permission to step out of the limiting habits and limiting beliefs and limiting circumstances that you've been in, because there is something much bigger and better out there for you if you're willing to build it and be very humble and hardworking and start and like finish what you start. For some of you, you haven't started it at all, but Spirit stopped me right there, and I hesitated because they said, wait, but some of them have started to build it and they need to get back to it. Like you don't stay on it. You need to stay on it and see it to completion, Gemini. Like you have like this wonderful like inquisitive nature, and you want to learn everything and do everything, but it's like, okay, but which one are you going to finish? Like, okay, wait, stop and finish this one first and then move on. And that is what's going to level you up. That is what's going to take you higher. And that's like one of the quote unquote like habits that they're talking about is like, okay, for some of you, it's like really pour your focus into this and really build it up. If you want it to become something, you must take all the steps and go beyond the vision and start putting it into action, get tangible with it, start building something, creating something with all this wonderful like idea energy that you have and all this passion. So for some of you, back to those habits quickly, and those like, and the way that they're going to change your life, because this is just a monthly reading, and I will be doing January 2017 year ahead readings this month as well. But even though this is just for January, Spirit is talking about January is setting a tone for the rest of the year for you. The habits that you change, the ways in which you bring moderation and maturity into your life, you're basically inviting like a huge level up. Like if you decide to like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go easy on the drinking or the Netflix, like whatever it is that frees you up to make better decisions, that has the potential to lift you into a position of prominence, into the emperor position, being the boss, having the money, having the foundation and the wealth, and the being the decision maker, the one with the power, the one who, like the CEO of your life, basically. Like the way that you do your life, the way that you run your habits and your routine does create the position that you find yourself in. And some of you are finding yourself in a position of like, well, damn, I don't belong here. I am a boss. But it's like, okay, stop doing the habits of someone who is not a boss. Have the habits of one who is a boss, and a boss you shall become. Wealthy you shall become. And again, they're saying congratulations to a lot of you, because you are recognizing this within yourself, which is what this strength card is all about. This strength card has a woman and a lion on it, and you notice that it's not about brute strength. She is certainly not going to physically overpower a lion, but she has found a way through quiet confidence and sweetness to tame the lion, to make it understand that she's not going to hurt it, and therefore it's willing to like commune with her. So recognizing these fears and these desires that keep you rooted in bad habits, recognizing them and not trying to hide them or hide from them is what's going to help you really free yourself and become your strongest, highest self, Gemini, the one who really is a boss. That's going to change your life. You have a lot of major arcana in January, and that major arcana are those cards that are like Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, versus like the Four of, the King of, the Page of. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is like destiny. This is the wheel is turning, life is changing. It's very much aligned with this World card. So it's like, again, if you're willing to change those habits, you're going to see the wheel turning in January, showing that life changes when you change. Okay, so that's like your mantra this month. Life changes when I change. Okay? You have a very good friend nearby, or a wife, or a sister, or a mother. And I say wife, sister, mother because this is a queen, but the truth is, the queens do not have to be women. There can be a male queen in your life, although I do want to say she in this case. So for a lot of you, again, I feel like it is like a mother, daughter, sister, wife kind of thing. Not all at once. That would be gross. but your Queen of Cups, this is the way. Okay, and again, I wish that I could tell you which member of your circle or your family that this is very specifically Gemini, but these are general readings. If you want to know more about who this person is, what these energies are specifically to you, I would love to do a one-on-one reading with you, and I have linked my shop in the info below if you're interested. But whomever they are to you, this is how you can recognize them. The Queen of Cups is someone who is really extremely compassionate to the point of like psychic. Like she can like read a room, she can read you, and she knows what's going on with you, and she feels what's going on with you, and she can even be kind of mysterious in a way. Like she may not speak a lot, but when she speaks, she says so much, is what Spirit just said. Wow. Like, she's very reflective. She has a way of showing you what you're doing without having to like yell it at you, or like even if she's upset with you and she wishes your behavior were better, like she has a way of showing you by sort of like leading you to finding the answers yourself. And this person can be very helpful to you. Whomever it is in your circle whom you think of as that like very intuitive and compassionate friend that you can kind of really go to for advice, that you know is going to be very wise and sweet and non-judgmental. So this friend of yours, go to her, and she can give you some extremely, extremely good intuitive advice about what it is that you need to build up, what it is that you need to get out of to make the most of your year, and really, God, get victory. There are a couple of cards in the tarot for victory, for like overcoming obstacles and things like that, but this is the ultimate one, the Chariot. You are going places by the end of January, Gemini. Of course, if you decide to do things like that Spirit is talking about, like breaking the bad habits and all that, you will be on the road to wonderful victory where you're not just overcoming obstacles, but you're leveraging those old habits and like letting them become like fuel for you. Like instead of like even just changing your habits, which is awesome, letting your old self and your old ways be something that always pushes you forward even further and faster is what Spirit is saying. So for some of you, it's like putting up a picture of yourself on the fridge is what they're showing me. Or for some of you, it's like just looking back at a time when you were really proud of yourself and invoking that feeling and pursuing the hell out of it, knowing that you never want to be XYZ again, and envisioning and becoming. So it's like, be the best version of yourself. See it and be it. Like, fake it till you make it. Act like, look like, dress like, walk like the best version of yourself to the extent that you can every single day. Be the CEO of your life. Take the reins. Be adaptable. Move forward fearlessly. This is very exciting. Like, very exciting, Gemini. There are great things ahead for you if you're willing to make those commitments. Now, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and move into your Fiercely Focused spread, where we'll get that theme. And I really, you know, I have Mars in Capricorn. I like things to be laid out. Like, okay, but what do I do? So let's find out what you should do in order to do that. In order to get the best out of January 2017. What is the theme that you need to focus on or be aware of most? Gemini in January 2017. Change, big change. Don't let that death card freak you out, Gemini. That's all right. Death is not about literal death. It's about closing a chapter, closing a door, because that is irrevocable change. That is like, I have made the decision, and again, Spirit was using that word commitment earlier. Death is like the ultimate commitment, like there's no going back. Like, I have burned the boats. This is what we're doing. So you're definitely going to be making some decisive moves and putting some things to an end in January, and it's for your benefit. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you physically, financially, Gemini, in January 2017. Planting a seed. That's good. A lot of you are going to be like, I'm opening a savings account. I'm going to start investing. Like, it's my goal to, like, make this much money. And wow, Spirit said side income. So for some of you, it's like, okay, I'm starting this initiative to make, like, $100 more a week. By doing like, oh, I'm doing copy editing on the side. I'm sewing things and selling them. I'm making YouTube videos, like whatever it is that you're doing on the side. Like, a lot of you have been considering doing it, and it's time to go ahead and plant that seed because it has real potential to bring you some money. So definitely, and if you're not starting something, it's like you need to, like they said, open a savings account. Open an IRA, get yourself like set up for your future. Start investing in yourself again is the phrase. Okay, so now what's going on with you mentally? There you are, Gemini. King of Swords, King of the air element. Again, gender regardless, because kings can be female. You are the king. You are the master of words and of thoughts. And it's time to get really strategic about what you want, because you know that you're smart. And you know when you put your mind to it, you can think of anything. You can make anything happen. It's just a matter of bringing it really into the real world and getting honest about it. So be very honest with yourself. And get very strategic about what you want. Like, these are the steps to get where I would like to get. So let me get really clear with myself, because that will help me make those commitments. And commitments can be yeses or nos. Like, when I look at all these fucking steps, I don't want to do that. Good. There, now you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to weigh the option anymore, because now you're like, no, I don't want that. That is perfect, Gemini. So really think strategically, be logical, be honest, and be honest with others as well as yourself. But really, January, it's going to be more about being honest with yourself first before anything. Okay. So now we're going to look at what's lighting your fire in January, and lighting your fire creatively, spiritually. It's like, what is filling you with energy, and what kind of excitement or intensity are you experiencing? Inspiration. I love it. And coming right under that seed, do you love that? That is like, your idea has so much potential. Your creative idea has so much potential. You've got to do it, Gemini. You've got to invest in it. Invest the time, invest the resources, invest your energy, invest the money, whatever that is, you need to invest in it. And the Page of Pentacles is humble. So it's not about, like, when I say invest in it, it doesn't mean, like, for example, let's go with the like, I want to make videos on YouTube. You don't need to go out and buy fancy lighting. You don't need to go out and buy fancy anything. You set your phone on a pile of books the right height, and you freaking go. Do it. Like, just bring the idea into the world and invest in yourself. Invest your time and energy. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be that kind of resources, okay? So let's see now, emotionally, very much connected to that death card, walking away from those things that are no longer nourishing you. So, oh, wow, okay, so Spirit comes in saying that for some of you, some of those old habits are going to ring very hollow in January. Like, you have a drink or you overeat and you feel like, ugh. Like, you feel just blech, like this is not even fun. this like used to even just give me some kind of pleasure, but like now it just doesn't feel good at all. Like you are really detaching from some negative things in your life. And for some of you, again, these are general readings. For some of you, those are toxic relationships that you're breaking away from and really walking away from in January. And Spirit is really congratulating you on that and affirming that that is those are stagnant habits, stagnant relationships. And those relationships, wow, they're saying some of them are habits as well. So for some of you, it's like you're being around people just for the sake of like, oh, I have to, it's my sister. Or I have to, I've been with him forever, or whatever. And some of you were walking away, shutting the door and moving on from that bad habit too. And Spirit is affirming that you're moving in a much better direction. You notice like he's leaving behind this water, and it is sad because he took the time and energy to collect all of that for himself. But what he's leaving behind is nothing compared to like the rushing, wild, beautiful, unfathomably huge source of water that is flowing and healthy and sweet for him to drink. It's just completely different. So what you're leaving behind, what you're closing the door on, that chapter, those habits, relationships, addictions, what you're getting in return for investing in yourself and your inspiration by being really smart about it, like what you get in exchange is going to be innumerable, huge. Like you will look back and be like, wow, why was I holding on to like what I thought before tightly? Like this is so amazing when I just flow into what I am and what I can do and what I'm capable of. So trust yourself, Gemini, and enjoy yourself, and definitely tune back in a week or two to my channel. I hope you'll subscribe and hit that little bell, hit that little bell down there if you really want to know what's going on, because I'm pretty sure you don't really get notified unless you hit the little bell. But thank you so much, and I hope that this serves you really well. But definitely tune in, again, the little bell, for your 2017 year ahead reading, because that's going to be some good stuff and hopefully a little more insight into where this idea and this investment in yourself is going. Thank you so much again for listening. I hope that you find your reading really helpful and that it guides you very well through the rest of the month. And I hope that you will come tune in again to this channel in a couple of weeks when your full-on 2017 year ahead forecast will be available, because woof, that's going to be a doozy. I'm excited to do that for you. And I'm wishing you a really wonderful, happy new year. I hope that, again, if you liked this, you will comment and subscribe and let me know what you thought, or find me on social media and hit me up there, because I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in February. Bye-bye.